Arsenal are once again at the center of transfer speculation as injuries threaten to derail what had started out as a very promising season. Reports suggest that the Gunners are now closely monitoring Atalanta forward Ademola Lookman, with discussions quietly beginning behind the scenes. Arsenal's positive opening to the Premier League campaign has been heavily overshadowed by an unexpected injury crisis that has struck some of their most influential players. Both Bukayo Saka and Martin Odegaard were forced off in the club's emphatic victory over Leeds United, while Kai Havertz had already been sidelined, leaving Mikel Arteta without three of his most creative attacking options. This unfortunate development has prompted the club to act swiftly in the transfer market before the window closes. Lookman, who has rejuvenated his career in Serie A with Atalanta, is now emerging as one of Arsenal's primary transfer targets. The 27-year-old enjoyed an outstanding campaign last season, scoring 15 goals and registering 8 assists, while playing a key role in Atalanta's Europa League success. His pace, technical dribbling ability, versatility across the front line, and knack for delivering in big matches have made him an attractive option for Arteta. Arsenal see him as a player who could seamlessly slot into Saka's role on the right wing, while also being capable of cutting in from the left or operating just behind the striker, offering tactical flexibility. His pressing style and finishing ability also align well with the high-intensity system Arteta demands. The Gunners' opening performances this season had raised expectations that they were ready to launch another serious title challenge. A narrow 1-0 away win at Old Trafford against Manchester United was followed by a stunning 5-0 thrashing of Leeds United at the Emirates, where new signing Victor Gyökeres stole the headlines with his movement, finishing, and overall presence up front. Yet despite this strong momentum, a devastating week of injuries has left Arsenal scrambling for reinforcements to maintain their attacking balance. According to reports in both England and Italy, Arsenal have already made preliminary contact with Atalanta regarding Lookman, though negotiations remain at an early stage. The Italian side are believed to value their star forward at around £43 to £45 million and are not under any immediate pressure to sell, which makes a deal complicated. Arsenal are, however, exploring ways to raise funds through player sales. Names such as Leandro Trossard, Reece Nelson, Fabio Vieira, and Albert Sambi Lokonga have all been mentioned as possible departures, with potential combined sales expected to generate close to £100 million. This would give the North London club greater flexibility to push harder in talks if necessary. Despite this, insiders insist that no agreement has been reached, and Atalanta remain reluctant to part with one of their standout performers. Furthermore, Lookman himself is reportedly attracting interest from other European clubs, including Inter Milan, which increases the urgency for Arsenal if they are to secure him. The transfer deadline is fast approaching, leaving little margin for error. Should Arsenal fail to convince Atalanta to sell, they will be forced to turn to alternative attacking options in order to equip Arteta with the firepower required for a long and challenging campaign that includes both the Premier League and the Champions League. The situation perfectly captures the delicate balance Arsenal face: a squad filled with talent and momentum, but now stretched thin by injuries that could halt their progress unless decisive action is taken. Lookman fits the mold of the versatile attacker Arteta desires, but time and financial negotiations will determine if the deal materializes. What is certain is that Arsenal cannot afford to remain inactive, as reinforcements are no longer a luxury but a necessity. Meanwhile, another transfer story has taken an unexpected twist involving Real Madrid and Arsenal. For weeks, Arsenal had been linked with a potential move for Brazilian winger Rodrygo, with Mikel Arteta's side considered the only club with a clear strategy to bring him to London. However, reports from Spain now claim Arsenal have officially stepped back from the pursuit after securing the signing of Crystal Palace midfielder Ibaraki Ease for a fee close to €80 million. With Rodrygo valued at €100 million by Real Madrid, Arsenal simply cannot stretch their finances further, especially while they continue to assess their squad needs following recent injuries. This surprising development has left Rodrygo's future in limbo. While he remains loyal to Real Madrid, his playing time is under threat due to the competition for places. With Vinicius Jr. and Kylian Mbappe occupying the left side and both Brahim Diaz and new signing Franco Mastantuono pushing for spots on the right, Rodrygo risks being pushed down the pecking order under new manager Xabi Alonso. Despite Alonso's positive words about him, his lack of form in recent months has further complicated matters, and unless his situation changes, his role at the Bernabeu may diminish significantly. Back in North London, the signing of Ibaraki has been received with great excitement. The creative midfielder, who returns to Arsenal after beginning his football journey in their academy, has blossomed into one of the Premier League's most dynamic attacking players. His performances for Crystal Palace, particularly his decisive goal in the FA Cup final victory over Manchester City, underlined his ability to deliver on the biggest stage. Now an England international with over 11 caps and part of the Euro 2024 squad, Iza's arrival adds flair, vision, and unpredictability to Arsenal's midfield. Both the club's sporting director and Arteta himself have praised his mentality, determination, and the quality he brings to the team. He will wear the number 10 shirt and is expected to be integrated into the squad immediately. Arsenal's season is already shaping into one of high drama, with thrilling performances on the pitch, major signings, painful injuries, and significant transfer battles off it. The coming days of the transfer window may prove crucial in defining just how competitive they will remain in the hunt for silverware. Whether they succeed in bringing in Ademola Lookman or pivot quickly to an alternative target, one thing is clear: Arsenal cannot afford to stand still if they hope to challenge on all fronts this season. It is this context that has led Arsenal to identify Atalanta's Ademola Lookman as a key target before the transfer window closes. Lookman, now 27, has rebuilt his career in Italy after earlier stints in the Bundesliga and Premier League. Last season, he became one of the standout performers in Serie A, scoring 15 goals and providing 8 assists across all competitions, while also playing a starring role in Atalanta's Europa League triumph. His resurgence has not gone unnoticed, with Arsenal particularly impressed by his versatility, his directness in attack, and his ability to play on either flank or in a central supporting role. For Arteta, who demands intensity, pressing, and adaptability from his forward players, Lookman ticks many of the boxes. With Saka injured, Lookman could be deployed on the right, but his proven ability to cut in from the left offers another dimension, especially as Havertz had been settling into that role before his setback. His pace and dribbling skills would stretch defenses, while his finishing touch provides the kind of cutting edge that Arsenal will desperately need in the absence of their sidelined stars. Crucially, he is also accustomed to performing in Europe, making him a player who can contribute immediately in the Champions League campaign that Arsenal are about to embark upon. Reports from both England and Italy confirm that Arsenal have made initial contact with Atalanta, though negotiations are still at a very early stage. The Italian club value Lookman at between £43 and £45 million, and they are under no urgent pressure to sell. Atalanta's strong financial position and the player's importance to their plans mean that Arsenal face a challenging negotiation. To fund any move, Arsenal may need to sanction outgoing transfers. Leandro Trossard, Reece Nelson, Fabio Vieira, and Albert Sambi Lokonga are among those whose futures are uncertain, with combined sales potentially raising over £100 million. Such funds would give the Gunners the flexibility to push harder in talks and meet Atalanta's demands if necessary. However, insiders stress that no agreement has yet been reached, and time is running short. Other clubs are also monitoring Lookman, with Inter Milan one of several sides interested in his services, which could complicate Arsenal's pursuit. If they fail to strike a deal, Arteta and sporting director Edu will be forced to quickly pivot to alternative targets, as the team cannot afford to enter the busiest part of the season without sufficient attacking options. For Arsenal, the margin for error is thin, and the coming days could define how competitive they remain at the very top. This transfer drama plays out against the backdrop